Episode 12 of Season 1. A lot happens in this one. It's called By Any Means Necessary, and honestly, the title is pretty misleading, actually. I think there's a Deep Space Nine episode with that title, and that one is By Any Means Necessary. This one, I'd have to call it a fun romp more than By Any Means Necessary. Okay, so a lot happens in this episode, like always. The gist of it is basically things kind of get crazy, and the commander has to run around putting out a bunch of little fires, and that pretty much sums up the whole episode. It's a little more complicated than that because this is a Londo and Jakar episode, and their interactions are always fun. Like always fun. That said, there's not a lot I can say about that interaction. Yes, it's very entertaining, it's very enjoyable. Definitely not tense or dark or dramatic. This is just a fun episode. At a glance you can look at it and say there's a lot of tension here because of this, and there's a lot of tension there because of that. But it's very tongue-in-cheek in my opinion. And if anyone has an objection to this episode, that's probably where it's going to come in, is because this episode's very light and fun, but it tries to present itself as kind of a serious and angsty episode. And then the end result is kind of, I can see people not liking this episode. And I know people don't like this episode. I'm not in love with it, but I don't think it is an episode you should skip. I think it's worth watching. Mostly because of Londo and Jakar are amazing performers, and their interactions are wholly unique, very enjoyable. I will say that there is some stuff in the background that it does matter. God, man, I don't know. See, it's a lot more subtle than Game of Thrones or any of the more modern TV shows that are more like a really big movie that's just broken into lots of parts. See, it's man, the teaser, the spoiler, the connecting elements between this episode, the last episode, and the next episodes to come, it's pretty minor, honestly. And I think that's kind of throwing me, because it's this episode has stuff you should see if you really want to progress. But at the same time, I know some people watch this episode and go, why did I watch this episode? I don't think that's the average person, but maybe I'm wrong. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and say it's a 4 out of 5 kind of thing. It's good, it's enjoyable. I'm not doing that a whole lot, but I'd watch it. I'd recommend watching it. I've watched it many times. I also realize that it's not for everyone. You guys have a good one.